Wala tayong ganyan, ha?
Saka tingnan mo yung ang lalaki. Ang laki. Ang
Kasi
laki.
pang mobile phone.
Oo, ang laki.
What are you doing? What are you really doing? You know,
Like
Robert
yung mga
Kiyosaki
yung mga
says the
yung
difference
former
between
OFW,
a
yung mga
rich
ganun,
man and a poor
OFW.
man is how they spend their time. So how are you spending your time? You know, I find that one of the mistakes that so many people make in trying to be successful within this industry is they spend all their time in preparation without taking the action. And what I mean by that is, think of it as two legs. And you know, one leg, let's say, is preparation. It's preparing yourself. It's learning the compensation plan. It's learning the products and understanding the company and personal development. It's all of those things getting you prepared for success. And then I want you to think of the other leg as the action, okay? The things that you actually implement and put into action and do. See, what happens if all you do is spend your time in preparation, keep preparing, you keep preparing, you keep preparing, getting the products down, getting the compensation down, getting the business down, and you turn in circles. Well, the same is true if all you do is act without preparing and learning, you're also going to turn in circles. So here's what I mean. You want to prepare and then you want to act. If you want to move forward, you need to do both. And you need to be balanced. Otherwise, you're going to go in circles or you're going to get off track. Now, what I want to do is I want to talk a little bit about this, but before I do, I'm going to take a couple minutes and help you a little bit understand my story. I've been 32 years in this industry of network marketing. Now, I grew up in a small town in Minnesota, a town of about 2,000 people. Right out of high school, I went to work in a potato chip factory. I was a machine operator, advanced into the maintenance department. I was welding, building, maintaining equipment, things of that nature. So, you know, I'd never sold anything before in my life. And I had self-esteem issues. I had self-confidence issues. See, I have dyslexia. And, you know, when I went to school, nobody really understood it. I was put in all these, you know, classes to have tests read to me, you know, trying to read out loud in class. And, you know, as a result, I tried to be invisible. I mean, I had no self-esteem. I had no self-confidence. I literally wouldn't even say hi to someone unless they said hi to me first. Now, the reason I share that story, because here I am, okay, 32 years ago, living in a trailer house, blue-collar worker, making $9 an hour. Today, I've made more than $26 million. I've averaged over $1 million a year for 10 years in this industry. And the message I want you to get from that, because you see all these people come across stage and you're just like, oh man, that person's unbelievable. Have you ever heard the saying that every master was once a disaster? You see, you may see the finished product and that person is probably still growing, but when they got started, they weren't perfect. They didn't do as good as they used to. Right? You have to grow. And so what's so exciting about what we do is it can work for anyone. It doesn't matter what your age or your education or your finances or your background or where you live or what you do. The only thing that matters is you have to, you know, do the work, do the personal development, and you have to take action. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about a couple things. One is a personal philosophy. I call it small steps to the top. What it means is never underestimate the impact of every decision you make. Regardless of how small or insignificant it may seem at the time, it makes a difference. I mean, the difference between making a call and not making a call, right? Going to the event versus watching TV. Any little decision. Give you an example. My introduction, 32 years ago, I was a maintenance person. I was invited to someone's home to look at a water filter. Given my background, I thought they wanted me to build a display or something. And there was a long day at work. There was a breakdown. I ended up staying late, put in a 10-hour day. Do you think I wanted to go to this home party? Absolutely not. I wanted to go home, have dinner, sink into the couch, you know, rest up to do it again tomorrow. But I had made the commitment to go to this home party. Little decision, right, to make that commitment to go to that home party. Think of how that little decision changed the course of my life. But think of the compounding effect of that. That little decision, literally, the compounding effect of the people that I introduced and the people that they introduced and so on, literally tens of thousands of people's lives got impacted by that one little decision. So again, don't ever underestimate the impact of every decision you make. I mean, you think about it, two people, identical circumstances, different decision, different outcome. We today are right where we are in our life through the decisions that we've made. So if you don't like where you are in your life, you need to think about the decisions you've made that led you to that exact spot. Now, another very, very important point that I believe is crucial to your success in network marketing is your belief, right? Belief in yourself, which that's going to be the personal development, belief in the company, belief in the products, belief in network marketing. You have to have your belief in order. If you don't believe, you're not going to attract or influence other people. People buy people. Passion, posture, belief, enthusiasm about what it is you're doing that attracts or influences others. I mean, I think of myself. When I entered this industry, I didn't know what I was talking about. And when I was done talking with people, they didn't know what I was talking about. But what they could feel was my belief, my excitement. It's not what you say, it's how you feel about what you say that really counts. So anything that you can do, such as attending an event like this, is going to build your belief, build your confidence, and influence other people. Mindset. I think everything ties into mindset. It's been talked a lot about already today, but think about mindset. Earl Nightingale, he has this set of audio tapes called The Strangest Secret. In there, he says that we are what we think about, right? Napoleon Hill said, you know, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That you wouldn't have had a thought unless you were capable of its accomplishment. I want to really help you understand how important these thoughts are, these things that we think about, and the impact it has on the outcome of our life. For me, was a real aha moment was Earl Nightingale told a story about how the mind works. He says, your mind is very much like a farmer's land. He says, you take a farmer's land, and the land doesn't care what you plant. It will return whatever it is you plant. He says, you take a farmer's land, dig two little holes, and in one hole you plant corn. In the other hole you plant nightshade. Nightshade is a deadly poison, and you water and take care of the land, it's going to return the nightshade just as easily as it will return the corn. The key is, what are you tending to? What are you watering? What are you wanting to grow? And it's whatever you think about, okay? That's what you're watering. That's what you're, concentrate on. And what happens is it puts your subconscious mind to work to accomplish. See, we all have a subconscious and a conscious mind. And the subconscious mind doesn't know good from bad, right from wrong, positive from negative. It only knows what our conscious mind feeds it. Of course, our conscious mind is our conscious thoughts. We know what we're thinking about. This is why it is so important about what we're thinking about. Are we thinking about, we can or we can't? Are we thinking about stress and anxiety or possibilities, right? Fear and anger? Or are we thinking about helping other people and how this can help you and help others? See, what you think about as you drift off at night, what are you thinking about? Because it's going to feed your subconscious not knowing right from wrong, good from bad, positive from negative. It's going to go to work on it. So again, very, very key point. We're going to talk more about this later. So one of the things you can do to help feed your subconscious, to be conscious of your conscious thoughts, is you have to be plugged in. See, if you're not plugged in, you're plugged out, right? If you're not all in, you're out. You need to be all in. You need to be on the personal development. You need to be on the webinars, and you need to be listening to the audios and watching the videos and, on the conference calls. You need to be plugged in. I wouldn't be here today. There's no way I would have earned this type of money had I not taken it serious, had I not got plugged in, because otherwise all of those negative influences are going to overwhelm you. And very, very important point. Your attitude ties into your mindset. I mean, I always say there's two types of people in this world: those that brighten a room when they come in, and those that brighten a room when they leave. I mean, have you ever been around somebody with a negative attitude? I mean, they just drain the energy out of the room. See, you can be conscious of your attitude. Are you that type of person that's going to brighten a room when they come in, or brighten a room when they leave? think about your attitude. I mean, if you're, thinking is stinking, your business is shrinking. And to this same means, I want to talk about this because I believe it's very important. Understand you're either buying or you're selling, right? Every time you talk to somebody, you're either buying or you're selling. You're going to buy someone's story about why something isn't going to work, or you're going to be selling your story about why it is going to work. And whoever has the greatest level of belief and conviction is going to have influence over the other person. Give an example. Don't get into this, I'll look at yours if you look at mine, because that's a lose-lose. If you really want to impact somebody, listen, I have no interest in what you're doing, but you need to look at what I'm doing. See, when you come across with that unshakable belief and confidence, you're going to make that other person second guess what it is they're thinking. Maybe it's their belief on network marketing, or nobody makes money in this. But if you come across with the confidence, the conviction, the belief, you're going to get them to second guess into things. So very, very important point. Personal development. Again, I wouldn't be here today without personal development. Here's what I'm going to tell you about it. It is an everyday thing. I look at personal development as like bathing. If you don't do it every day, you're going to, start to smell, and people aren't going to want to be around you. You have to do it every day. You have to put in those positive thoughts to overpower all of the negatives, the things on the news, and the people around you that are trying to drag you down. So personal development, absolutely key. If you're going to succeed in this business, I don't care who you are, this needs to be a part of your DMO, your daily method of operation. This is a big one, and in some cases can be uncomfortable. And this is, if you really want to be a leader of leaders, you need to be a person who takes complete and total responsibility for everything in your life. Whether it's your fault or not, the buck stops here. Give me an example of this, because I have seen this destroy people in this industry, is something will happen that isn't fair, and they dwell on it. All they can think about is that happening that isn't fair, or something that happened that shouldn't have happened, or something that isn't perfect, and all they can do is focus on that. What is that doing? It's feeding the subconscious, right? It's affecting your mindset, it's affecting your attitude, it's getting you that stinking thinking. Here's the thing, it happened, okay? Whatever happened, happened. It's not what happens, as Jim Rohn says, it's what you do about what happens that makes a difference, right? He says the same wind blows on us all. It's the set of the sail. So, if you go around, focusing on something that isn't fair, again, it happened. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to dwell on it, or are you going to overcome it? Right? I mean, if you go around thinking everything should be fair, you're going to be upset your whole life. And if you go around thinking everything should be perfect, you're going to be disappointed your whole life. I mean, this is a very, very important thing. So the next time something happens that shouldn't have happened, remember these two words. I am responsible. That's 3 words. I am responsible. Get rid of that but, because that's what we do. I'm responsible, but... right? This happened. No, you have to get rid of that but, because as soon as you go to that but, you're not taking total responsibility. One more quick thing I want to talk about, and that is, and this kind of goes into everything. I call it a personal checkup. And this is something I've been doing my whole career, is I'm constantly asking myself, how am I doing? I mean, if you're out there, prospecting and talking to people, and you're having no results, but there are other people in the company having results, you need to look in the mirror, right? You need to do a personal checkup. I mean, how am I doing with my prospecting? How am I doing with my story? How am I doing with my follow-ups? How am I doing with my 3-way phone calls? Rank yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, making that decision that, what do you have to improve to be productive? What do you have to improve to grow your business? This personal checkup, folks, I'm promising you, if you practice it, you do it on a daily basis, keep asking yourself, how am I doing? How am I doing? How am I doing? What am I doing good? What am I doing bad? Where do I need improvement? You're going to refine yourself, your skills, and be productive. Okay, here's the last thing, and that is relationships. Guys, this is a relationship business. And here's what I believe is our job as an upline is to keep people in one more day. You see, it's all about how you treat people. It's about how you make people feel, right? People want to feel important. People want to feel heard. They want to, be valued and appreciated. And you want to make sure that you are treating people properly, right? If you want to grow a thriving business and a following, it's all about how you treat people. This is a relationship business. In closing, I'm going to say this. It's another word that ties into it all, and that is focus. Focus matters. What are you really focused on? Because if you're focused on the wrong thing, you're going to get the wrong results. I mean, let's think about what is one of the most important activities in our business. It's prospecting, right? It's talking to people that are not yet involved in our business, that are not yet using our products. And you may say, well, I'm focused on recruiting. Well, how many people have you recruited lately? Well, no one. Well, then you're not actually focused on it. I mean, are you focused on something, or are you just talking about something? See, focus matters. What are you focusing on? Because focus will work against you just as it will work for you. If you're focused on negatives, guess what? You're going to draw more negatives in your life. If you're focused on solutions, you're going to find solutions. So really take and think about, what is it that I'm truly focused on? And then along with that, I think this word ties in as well. It's consistency. I mean, if I am known for anything in my life, it is consistency. I mean, I just keep doing it. I just keep doing it. Consistency, consistency, consistency. If you're not consistent, you're starting over all the time. So with that, I want to thank you for your time. I hope you got something out of this that can make an impact on your life, your business, that can help you maybe refine what it is you're doing, and you can go on to have phenomenal success. I also want to thank Ted for hosting this incredible event, for all that Ted does along with the Business for Home magazine, to help all of us to be an ambassador of this entire industry. So it's been an honor and a privilege for me to speak here, and appreciate it very much.
Kala ka may recording.
Ayan,
Focus and consistency. Thank you very much, John.